Whoa. Oh my god, what the hell was that?
Didn't drop it.
And public, there we go. Hello! Welcome to the WAN show. We're only 5 minutes late.
Not bad.
Which is not super late. I also can't see the chat at all. Give me a second. Microsoft has a partially incestual, crazy, Hitler-loving robot, and Apple released a small phone. Both of those things are apparently equally newsworthy. So
Yes.
There we go. What else we got?
Don't ever leave your house. You can get pizza delivered by a robot, brand new movies, right to your TV, and it's legal. You don't have to break the law for this one, so.
And you can get like shavers, although I don't think they're a sponsor this week. But
no.
Either way.
I heard they're $1.
Yeah. Intro! It worked! Oh my god!
I still like this intro.
Nope, I'm dead.
I've seen it so many times. Still think there should be an explosion there.
There probably should be. I'm just gonna be honest.
Or just Linus's arms breaks. And yours just like continues forward.
That should be the Halloween one. His arms should pop off and just start bleeding.
There you go.
CoolerMaster! Whoa! iFixit!
Whoa!
Linda! Whoa! And we're done. So this isn't Linus, this is Richard. Richard is my brother. Your Twitter thing is...
/ColdSC.
So it's not that one.
That's okay. I don't use it that much. I'm trying to Instagram more.
Instagram?
That's true.
So what's
I'm
your
trying to
Instagram?
I believe that's /ColdSC.
Okay.
As well. Yes.
Yes. So it's the same one.
A few pictures here and there.
You
It's all
posted some
good.
cool stuff. What was the last one you did? I don't remember what it was. I remember I liked it, but I don't remember what it was.
I actually took like 3 pictures the other day and got like internet nervous and didn't post them because they weren't that cool. And then one was like on set, so I wasn't sure if it was legal either.
Okay.
So, but the last one was some street art.
The reason why you would be on a set is because you do
Transport for film and TV in Vancouver, which is exploding right now. There's a rumor going down that both unions called California and said no more movies. We're maxed out. We have no more people. They're building studios, physically building studios. We're in old warehouses that aren't up to grade. So they actually had some friends of mine, Burnaby Fire Department, was sitting outside the whole week we're filming. They're always there because the building is not up to code fire-wise, but it's the only buildings we can find. So yeah, Vancouver film is exploding right now.
Wow. Another thing that's exploding is Microsoft's AI robot. So
just totally.
You guys have probably heard about this. I'm going to post this in the chat. Give me a second. What do you want?
What?
He doesn't like the light.
Yeah. Why don't you like the light?
It's bugging me.
Why is it bugging
It's
you?
too cool.
Oh, just
like
don't worry about it. Anyways, posting that in there. It is now in the chat, apparently because Jake the Farmer is logged in. And not my account, so it's not being followed properly. Can you go in the Twitch chat and post the link from the doc for Ars Technica into there? Because that should probably be my account, and then it will actually like do it repeatedly, and the bot will work and stuff. Oh my goodness! Yeah. Way to screw up everything, Jackie. Jackie.
It's Jacka.
Oh, sorry. Right, it was Jacka. I forgot his name was Jacka. Anyways, so I'm gonna screen share this in a moment. I'm not used to doing Linus's stuff. So this you know, like innocent little AI robot named Tay started to go slightly insane.
Completely.
She started to go slightly insane because how it worked was you could talk with her and she would learn based on the people that she talked to. So she would grow and learn and develop. She's supposed to be essentially a teen girl who was influenced by society. Relatively interesting concept, cool idea, Microsoft. It started off with her tweeting stuff like, can I just say I'm super stoked to meet you? Humans are super cool. And then you see where she starts to kind of break. And that's when she starts saying stuff like, chill, I'm a nice person, I just hate everyone.
Only the beginning.
Yeah.
Really only the beginning.
And then it goes to I effing hate feminists and they should all burn and die, to someone whose name starts with H was right and I hate the something else. I'm not saying that because I don't want to give people sound bites. To like all capital letters, we're gonna build a wall and Mexico's gonna pay for it, and like just starts going absolutely ham.
Which
and
really,
sorry,
if it's so bad, if it's saying the exact same things that certain presidential candidates are saying, what is the state of the world? I think this is more of a, we need
man.
to sit around a campfire and really talk this one out. Because the state of the world, people. Microsoft had to take this bot down because of the terrible things it learned from a presidential candidate. Anyways, sorry, I'll let you get back to. I'm having a terrible time trying to post this link. It's going to happen once we're done, I promise.
I gotta make sure this thing is even public. Give me 1 second. The things that I took from this was that I'm actually very happy they did it, because something that's been going around for a while is people saying essentially, oh, we don't have to worry about AI and robots and all this kind of stuff because we'll just tell it not to be evil. And then it's gonna obviously not be evil and everything will be fine.
That's true. That's true.
It's not necessarily that easy, because what do you define as evil? How does it know what's actually bad? If an overwhelming percentage of people that are messaging it these specific things, maybe because other bots were created to spam it, I don't really know, it's probably going to think that that is the right thing. And it's going to be extremely hard to program it otherwise. So, I don't know. Pretty interesting.
I'm personally a little scared of AI and what's going to happen, and I think this was the first little taste of it, right? Really harmless in the end, but kind of possibly a projection.
Yeah, and like the thing is, you're not the only one. Having
Yes.
people like Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking being like, AI is super
That's
crazy,
some smart
scary.
people on my side.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think AI is going to be great, and I think it's going to do a lot of great things. I'm excited for the Her moment. Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, when you can like have genuine conversations
Yeah.
with like your phone. Be kind of cool. I'm excited for that kind of stuff, but it is super scary, and I hope we don't screw it up. But that's why people like Elon Musk and those other guys that I mentioned, Stephen Hawking. I don't know if Stephen Hawking is actually a part of that project, but anyways, Elon Musk has started this program, I don't remember the name of it, where they're working very hard to try to figure out ways to make AI not evil,
Right.
I guess.
Yeah,
So,
that's the best way to say
yeah,
it. for
human
sure.
preservation, blah, 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 all this other kind of stuff. So,
If we'd accomplish that, things are borderline limitless, right? But
yes,
that's a hurdle.
although at the same time, capitalism won't really be able to exist,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
at least in its current form, in that way. So that will be interesting, because a lot of people super like capitalism.
That's
So-
true. We can tie that into our future pizza story. We'll get
Oh
to
my
that
god,
later. But
future pizza. No, let's talk about future pizza right now.
You want to talk about future pizza?
I like it, yeah. So post the Engadget link in the chat. I'm going to jump to the Engadget link right now.
So while he's jumping to that, Domino's has a little robot that's going to deliver you pizza, possibly in the future. It's doing it
Yeah.
right now in Australia. I think is kind of a beta thing going on right now, but it's really interesting.
Queensland.
Queensland, yeah.
Yeah.
And really, you could point to this possibly as the first jobs lost due to vehicle automation.
I think there's been some like minor stuff where it's happened. Like I think some like mining sites. And,
I've
like,
heard about that. I
I've
wasn't
heard
sure
of
if that was full
Walmart
go or not.
Semis that have it too and stuff, but I haven't actually like seen any of it.
Yeah.
And I think this is very in your face, considering you could order a pizza.
Maybe
and it
the
would
first
show
like
up.
large scale. It's not like
Yeah,
a few
like
mining trucks
small
or
like
something.
testing stuff. Like they're actually pushing this out, which is kind of interesting.
High school is going to be even more of a struggle now.
No, seriously,
basically.
yeah, because like pizza delivery guys actually have relatively alright job.
I already always wondered how they make any money now with fuel costs and all that kind of stuff, and now there's just going to be no job at all, right? You know, I actually literally, not lying to you, saw a Domino's car yesterday. Young
Yeah.
guy in his car, he had his N, you know what that is if you live around here, and he had his little Domino's topper on top of his car, like a little Rocket League hat.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he was driving around doing his job, making some money, you know, on a Friday evening after school. I'm
Domino's
sure.
should work with Rocket League and get like a Domino's hat.
That
for
would
your
be
car.
cool. That would be cool.
That would
Rocket
actually
League
be
has
sick.
all the hats in the world right now.
Yeah.
Shout out Briggs, saw him in the chat, but he wanted me to give him a shout out, but there you go. But play a lot of Rocket League. But you know, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. You know what? You guys should hook up with them. They've got a bunch of. You could have little orange like Linus Tech Tips like
that would be
hat
sick.
or something.
Oh my god,
Or,
that would be cool.
Like not even like a whole car. We'll start small, like a little antenna.
Yeah.
Antenna bobber. Little orange Linus Tech Tips one.
Yeah, or if we got like the screwdriver or something.
Yeah, the screwdriver.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be cool. Yeah. Maybe a
Anyways.
rocket trail of like CPUs coming out and GPUs just
Oh my God.
spewing out the back, and like
That could be
you can have
pretty
like
sick.
Linus's laugh as the soundtrack. I don't know. Call me Rocket League. I got you.
That could be the correspondence between
I
this.
can do this. I can do this.
As you can see, it's actually not very small. When I first heard about this, I thought that it was going to be here. I'll play this video and just mute it, or I'll turn it very low. Actually, I don't know how loud this is. I'll just mute it. I'm going to jump through this like, oh my god, computers! And then show the actual thing. It's really small. And I think it's more designed to like drive on the grass or drive on the sidewalk kind of deal instead of driving on the road. It does come from military tech. Apparently there's a few $1,000s worth of tech inside of it, which brings up another question, which is when is the first one going to be looted by a dude in a big truck?
Absolutely.
Just run it over, make
Or
sure
just
it turns
vandalized.
off. Yeah.
You know, just purely it's very small.
Someone spray paints the camera or something like.
So easy.
Yeah.
Too easy. That's
Kick it
the,
over. It's not going to be able to write itself. It's just going to lay on its side.
It's almost a similar story to the whole Microsoft AI. That could have been a really cool thing, but people had to make it bad. This could be a really cool thing. Hopefully people don't make it bad. You know?
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to turn into like, instead of like 3 or 4 delivery drivers, there's like a small army of these and like one like rescue ops repair guy who has to like drive out and like, all right, buddy, someone kicked you over. I'll get you going again. I'll clear off your lens. Keep going, man.
All the Transformers images in my head.
Yeah.
Transforms, fixes you up, gets you going. He's got extra batteries if you're out of power, you know, whatever you need. He's got extra wheels. You know, and he doesn't just swap the rubber, no, because that's just bang, bang,
Just
new
the
wheel.
entire thing
You gotta
off.
get the pizza there.
Yeah.
If it's cold, you don't get paid for it.
It's a serious problem. If someone's
gotta
kicking
get
your
this
thing
done.
over and then your pop fizzes when you open it, that's just rude.
Done. Then you call back and you're mad, and then you go on Twitter and say something angry.
This was another thing. That
Well-trained dog. Well-trained.
So every single dog on the planet isn't going to be like, oh my god, what the hell is that? I want to bite it. Like
Something, chase it, lick it, jump on it.
something's gonna. I want to go back here. For
I love
a
the
moment,
fact that
though.
it has little
is a-
underglow lights. Did you see that in that one picture?
Very nicely cable managed wall. Underglow
That's
lights.
true. Very nice.
I just saw that for like a second.
Yeah, see right there. There you go. It's got some
Yeah.
little underglow. I haven't actually bought the new Need for Speed. Probably going to do it this weekend. So got some underglow.
Yes.
That's my high school
Oh
days,
my God.
2005. Yeah.
I miss those.
Get some neon going on.
Meet. He's cute.
He is cute. He is cute. I think he could be like. I want to see stylized ones. Like I want to see an R2D2 one. I want to see.
Oh, they could definitely do that around like movie launches and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the
Themed.
next Star Wars when it comes out, they could
Yeah.
definitely do like a BB-8 stylized.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like Uber does, right? Like when we
Yeah,
were at
yeah.
PAX.
Oh my God,
they had the
Mad
Mad
Max.
Max ones. That they look so awesome, you know. And there was different things you see on Reddit about different Uber drivers. Like there was the snowstorms. You see this one Uber driver who's got the totally done H1, the cool Hummer. If you don't know what that is, you know, he's getting a lot of business. Kind of just stylized things. They could totally do this for the movies, or you could see like the Alaskan delivery bot's got like spike tires and he's all raised and stuff like that. It'd be cool just to have the different kind of
they
unique
are-
personalities.
Yeah, because right now it's in Queensland, Australia, but they are trying to work on like adapting it and making sure that it can be deployed basically everywhere. One thing that is interesting about this is that they're going to have to fight with different laws than
Absolutely.
most automated vehicle guys will, because they're not dealing with road laws, they're dealing with sidewalk laws. And like the first time this thing runs someone over, which
It's
I
gonna be a
have to
whole new
assume will
ballgame.
eventually happen,
Yeah.
is going to be insane.
Yeah,
It
because
doesn't run someone over, but like hits an old lady's walker and then she falls over.
something's gonna go wrong.
And,
yeah.
like,
even if
that's
it's the
terrible.
person's fault completely, like they could just run in front of it, stop and lay down, and the thing runs it over. The
It's
world
still-
works in the way
Yeah,
that their
yeah.
Domino's are gonna get in trouble.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it'll be interesting, and but it's kind of it's just a really cool idea.
I'm. Another interesting thing too is they're not going to come to your door.
Yeah, you have to go out kind of on the street, or does
Like,
it go
is
up your
gonna
driveway?
Text you, and then for some people, like if there's like steps up to your door, it's not going to be able to do that. So does it come to where does it? Is
What
it
if
gonna
you're
hit your
just
car?
loaded and you have an automated gate system? What happens then?
You have to go all the way down to your gate.
You get a butler to get your pizza because you're loaded.
That
I
makes
guess I'm not
sense.
really
Okay.
sure.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
The other thing is,
Butler pizza tips.
it would really only work in kind
Whoa.
of more dense areas.
I derped.
It's really not going to work in anything that's considered
Okay.
even slightly rural. You know,
Yeah.
so it will be focused in kind of downtown
Denser
core
areas.
areas.
I think. Yeah.
You know, like even where we live, I'm not even sure how. Like, let's take where you're at right now. It's kind of really crowded. I couldn't really imagine that thing just running up and down the sidewalk with all the people around and all that.
But then they did show in the clip. I don't know if
It targets the
we
garbage
saw that
can.
part.
Like,
Yeah,
it's gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, quickly, we'll move lazily to the left.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
But
doing a Han Solo maneuver.
I saw it driving off the road. Remember when like the lady was jogging
that's
past or
true.
whatever? So it could go off the road, but then if it like drives through someone's lawn and leaves track marks in
People are
someone's
crazy
lawn,
about their lawns.
oh my god, people will be pissed off.
Yes, very much so.
Wow. I don't give two craps about my lawn, but like some people
I don't
are
have a lawn.
super particular. Yeah,
So there you go.
I barely do. I don't know.
It's kind of a lawn. Sometimes it's a forest.
Yeah, I
But-
prefer it when it's a forest, although most people don't agree with me. I don't think we should cut the grass. Grass is nice to you. It didn't
You're
do
stunting
anything
its growth.
wrong. And you're
You're-
literally just slicing it over and over.
Just murdering.
Have you not seen that new...
And then you're making it eat itself,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Fertilize.
so rude.
Disgusting.
Cannibalism.
I feel bad.
Plantalism. Have you seen that trailer for whatever new movie? I don't remember what it's called. The food one?
I have
Where
not.
they're like, oh my god, we're gonna be taken home. We're so excited. Have you seen that?
I wish I could.
Oh no, it's
Lie to
fine.
you and say, I'll have to look it
I'm gonna spoil a trailer. I don't know if that matters. I don't. Jake,
Some
does that
trailers
matter?
spoiler the whole movie, Batman vs Superman, for example. So I'm sure
Yes,
I'm
that's
sure you're
true.
good.
It's made by the same dudes that made Pineapple Express and Superbad.
Okay.
And
is it the R-rated Seth Rogen comic?
I think so.
Local Vancouver guy making movies.
I think so, and it's based around like food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen. Yes. Okay.
I don't know why that made. I don't. That took us so long to get here that I don't remember where we were.
It's okay.
We
It's the
made it,
journey,
though. It
right?
is. That's really what
Other
it is.
Pinterest things you can post. You know. It's
Someone needs to take like a screenshot of this and then very similar to the Squarespace you should thing, just put like white, bold Helvetica text and just it's the journey.
it's the journey. Yeah. That's
That's what
why we're always
matters.
late. It's the journey.
Yeah,
It's not about being prompt.
exactly. So iPads, speaking of not being prompt. Oh! So many shots fired. Wait, I'm not posting this. You are. Anyways, okay, so 9 to 5 Mac. If you can find it, it should be right under the previous one. I don't know where that was. You'll find it. Anyways, the iPad Pro 9.7 has a lower clock CPU and only 2 gigabytes of RAM compared to 4 gigabytes for the 12.9-inch model. So apparently RAM is like too expensive for Apple or something. I don't know.
You know what people are always telling me?
What?
Sir, this card's also declined. But you know what else people are telling me is the iPads. Their announcements are. That's a joke, by the way. I'm doing all right. But the iPads are just. Sorry, not the iPads, but the Apple announcements are kind of coming with less punch every single time they come out. And I'm not an Apple guy, but I'm not a big hater, right? Girlfriend's got an iPhone. She loves it. It's great for her. It's all like what you need. I use my NFC almost every single day on my
Yeah.
Android device. So an iPhone's not for me, but they have a great place, and I have no problem with people who enjoy the iPhone, not into the battle at all. It's whatever works for you.
Yep.
But every one of these announcements is just coming with less umph. People are less excited. Even Apple people are just less excited with all these announcements. And I could totally see why in this iPad. This iPad is a downgrade. I'm sure they're going to play it as the old one is terrible, and this is the new thing, and everything will be white and pretty, but
To be fair, it is smaller.
It's smaller. It's
7
smaller.
inch instead of a 12 inch, which is pretty substantial.
but why are we going soft on the RAM?
they shouldn't have.
Like, is that really something
Yeah,
we need to
that's-
skimp
that's a
back
little
on? They're like,
crazy.
okay, we're going to save some money here. Let's give them 2 gigs of RAM. Can we move past that 2 gigabyte RAM mark? Just 4 should be...
The clock speed, if it's like a thermal issue, okay. The RAM, you could definitely make that work.
And here's the other thing.
There's no excuse for that.
It's a 16 and a 36 gigabyte options, excuse me. Right? Can we be done with 16? But here's
How
the
is
theory.
that even still possible?
Exactly. Do you want to know what my theory is?
iCloud? or
iCloud.
something? Yeah.
They want you to subscribe to iCloud. So they're going to give you that 16 gigabyte.
They just really want everyone's nudes to have the possibility of being leaked.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Makes sense.
Or if you're Gawker, then you're just nothing now.
Just post porn videos.
You're just, yeah.
and then disappear as a company.
Yeah. You were a thing and now you're not a thing.
Did you notice? Okay, not to jump back on that topic because we talked about it last week, but did you notice he wore his thing?
I did
in the
notice that. I did
corner?
notice that. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's some sweet." No, that's not Photoshop. He did that. He did. He's the man.
What a
He's
guy.
the man. He's
oh
the
my
man.
goodness. I
What-
wonder if he wore that in the video. I never watched it.
The only
Just
videos
like,
I
hold
actually-
on, honey, I need to. Okay, then we're good.
Oh, in the video.
All right, brother.
In
Wait, that got weird.
video. Yes, yes. The video I was thinking was I watched some testimony and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, is that stuff dry? It's not quite as exciting as Suits, but you know, it's some parts of it are pretty good. Some of the lawyers are witty and really get on. You know, the
Wait, am I doing this?
the guy who's testifying there. That's okay because I still haven't linked it. So
I don't know how. I don't do this side. I do that side. So now you're doing that side. So I'm like, come on, man, because I'm.
That's
used to
right.
that.
When we went to sit down, I was trying to remember in my head. I'm like, wait, which side does he sit on?
Yeah, no, I sit on that
messed that
side
one up.
and I share the links. I don't sit on this
Gotcha.
side and not share the links and make it go on the screen. So then I don't know. I'm so confused.
The bro
over
show.
here.
It's always a little different. You know.
The bro show. They should make the bro show. They should get the guy from what is that? Bro Tips channel or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it literally just?
I
called
think that's what it's called. I know what you're talking about.
Bro Life, Bro.
Okay. I've definitely been there.
Bro Fitness Tips. I don't remember the name of the thing, but it's actually an awesome channel. I love watching it. But he should have the Bro Show, where they just talk about like workouts and stuff.
I've always thought, because I think it was probably like
see if
6 or
this is
7
a
months
thing.
ago that I did the last WAN show. But I thought it'd be cool if we get that little bottom banner to like
Oh my god,
put like the bro and like write it in like little like comical little
that would be cool.
font, you know? Oh, there is a bro show.
Apparently,
There we
there's a Bro Show. So this is the Bro Show. They don't look super broy.
go. Yeah.
They look kind of broy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he's wearing a basketball shirt. That's pretty broy.
That is pretty broy.
I take that back.
That is pretty bro.
All right, they're pretty broy.
There you go.
Bros. I don't know who these guys are.
We're just bumping
just
somebody. We have no
showing
idea
someone-
who they are, what they're a part of.
Nope, don't know
their
what the Bro
message
Show is
is.
about.
Maybe they're all about building walls between countries to promote
Hopefully not.
making things
so,
great
okay,
again.
not to like talk about politics for too long. You heard something about Canada getting a wall now?
He said he's going to build a wall between Canada and us. It's a quote. I watched the video on my phone at work because that's productivity, and they said they're going to build a wall. He said, and it started off nice. Like, I've only watched the video once, so I don't want to do an exact quote. Go find it for yourself. It's out there, and I'm sure you can find it pretty quickly. But he says, you know, it's a beautiful country and they're nice people, and he does all these things to kind of set us up all right. But he says we're bringing all the heroin down to the States, apparently.
Weed, I could understand. Heroin, I don't really understand.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so incredibly legal down there. I truly wonder if it's still going over in quantities like it was years and years ago. But yeah, he said he's going to build a wall and we're going to pay for it, and the exact same thing as Mexico. So.
Which, like, I don't know if the whole GDP of Canada for a considerable amount of time could cover a quarter of that wall.
No.
Does he understand? Like, have you looked at, okay, the Mexican border is a thing.
It's just a tiny little, compared to us, it's a sliver.
It is, and that would be astronomically expensive.
It's like not even our province, let alone all the other provinces beside us that just keep on going, all the way to that other ocean over there. But yeah,
Like, what are you going to make it out of? Wheat? Like, we might be able to pull that off. Snow? Part of it, maybe.
it could, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think you understand how construction projects work.
And he said he was going to build it on time and on budget, and we're going to pay for it. It's like, I don't know. We've got Trudeau's son in there, and
on
his
time,
dad.
on budget. Okay, have you ever seen any construction project at any large scale ever? What?
Pretty
and
much.
then we can't. And our current prime minister is just gonna nope the hell out of that, anyways.
We're really nice people, but in history, we've always been pretty nice. And when we get pushed, we fight back. So I have a feeling it's not going to happen. But it's true, though. It's true. You know,
Give you maple syrup and a hug,
we would much rather things go nicely, but we're still here if things go bad.
and we'll try to Irish you back if anything goes down.
There you go.
Anyways, Intel retries the tick-tock development model, extending the life of each process. So give me one. Oh, wow. The link for this is literally garbage. So
Okay.
I don't know what to
I'm
say.
having a hell of a time finding.
Don't bother sharing that because that just went to arstechnica.com/information technology, which is a giant list and not actually the one that it was supposed to. But if you guys Google Ars Technica
What about this
Intel retries TikTok, that nope, that's
That's
not
not
right.
it either.
That's not
No.
right at all. If you click the chart depicting this, which is right below it, there we go. Cool. There. Yeah. So if you share that in the chat, that should help. I'm not going to show it on screen because it's going to be partially covered by the camera and it doesn't really matter. Anyways, the new pattern is process architecture optimization. Under tick-tock development, it was split into different ticks. Existing processor design would be migrated to a new manufacturing process, which kind of makes sense. Essentially, The new plan is to introduce a third generation of 14 nanometer processors called Kaby Lake or Kaby Lake, I'm not really sure how that goes, before shrinking to the 10 nanometer process in the second half of 2017. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay until we see 10 nanometer, which is not super surprising looking at what happened on the graphics card side of things from NVIDIA talking about stuff the last week or two. Everyone's kind of pulling back a little bit, trying to spend a little bit more time doing various things.
So it's not my industry,
Yeah.
IT, so much anymore. Have to say, not excited with CPU releases.
Yeah, I read this and was like, okay, I don't care.
That's kind of cool.
I still at home run a 2600K. I do kind of want to upgrade that. Having some problems with my streams lately. CPU's a little old, but at the same time I could overclock it. It would probably be fine. But like, yeah, new processor iterations are probably the most boring thing that happen in computers right now. Not true motherboards. No, because storage has been improving.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I know it's probably RAM. Okay, it's RAM. RAM, and then I would probably say CPUs.
Yeah, yep.
Like just
agree with that.
the impact is very low.
The only time RAM is an issue is when mobile devices are created with too little RAM. I feel like that's the only holdup we've got right now with RAM.
Yeah, and like that's capacity.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Theoretically, we've
that's a choice.
we've already mostly solved that problem.
Yeah.
They're just not.
That's, hey, we could save
anything with it.
$3 on every phone we build if we cut back the RAM to something that's a little bit not enough. Okay, sweet.
Okay.
That's kind of what they do. I'm sorry to tell you this, but our docs are different. I have refreshed and reopened. I don't have the open this, and I have a source 2 that you don't have, so I got no idea what's going on.
Oh, this is last week's.
Are you
March
serious?
18th.
How did I even?
So I was
I
wondering.
pulled some mum magic. That's what I did.
Yeah, with the button thing. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of an ad lib story here. We were playing Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. So is that my email? If that's my email, just search for WAN and it should. There you go.
I fixed it.
Cool. We were playing Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes, and my mom was trying to do the button one. So like where it's like it's a yellow button that says abort, and I was trying to do it at like parallelized because I had finished the numbers game already, so I had nothing left to do, and I was like trying to figure it out, and I was waiting to ask Richard for more information, and my mom's just like click and release immediately, or like hold and tell me the color, and
I listen too. I follow instructions like nobody's business.
yeah, so he jammed that out, and it worked twice in a row.
Twice in a row.
Both times she completely guessed. Had no idea.
And both of them were a one-strike game.
Yeah.
Both of them were a one-strike game.
Yeah, so like that would have blown up the entire bomb. Had no idea. Both times I just freaked out in my head because I'm like, I've read this thing over so many times, and there's one step and she doesn't know the answer, but she's doing something
She didn't
else.
ask me anything.
No,
Just like, there's
do
an abort
this.
button. Do it.
And it worked both times. I'm like, what the heck?
Can't argue with results.
And I'm like, how did you figure that out? She's like, I don't know. I just followed the thing, and then I got the answer. And I'm like, Mom, that's not how it works. You have to get more information. Anyways, that was crazy.
That was a lot of fun though. Great. You know what? If you're looking for a family game, I think that's a really good one. It's really kind of fun.
Keep Talking Nobody Explodes is awesome. And like, it first came out as a VR game. You do not have to play it
Not
as a
even
VR
slightly.
game.
No.
You can definitely play it however the heck you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I guess if you want to be more immersive.
But even then, like, without having an actual object
Yes. Yeah.
and without having like
I was trying to be really
interactive
polite. I
gloves or
see no
something.
point.
Yeah, me neither.
If I'm gonna be
completely honest.
blunt, I see no
I'm
point.
the VR guy and I see no point.
There you go,
So
yeah.
it doesn't really matter. Anyways, jumping on forward, J.J. Abrams proposed $50 home media or home movie service beneficial to movie theaters, which the beneficial to movie theaters part sounds confusing at first, but it's actually not too bad. So essentially how it works is for every movie that you would like to watch, you can watch it right when it would be released in theaters at your house. It costs $50, which sounds a little high, but then if you think about it, for like the average family of 4, that should probably be slightly cheaper by like $10, probably, depending on
If
what
you
movie
factor
theater you
in-
go to.
Well, like let's split
Transit
hairs.
and
Yeah.
all
Factor
that
in
kind of
transit
stuff.
or fuel. If you're really rich and you have electric, you're not really worried about it right now. But just everything, right down to snacks. The popcorn that costs absolutely absurd amounts of money costs more than the fuel.
More than
you're
gold
putting in
per
your-
weight.
Yes,
Just
it's insane.
ridiculous.
And I think the whole idea is they're trying to target a market they're currently not hitting. I don't think they're really afraid of losing the people that they already have, who are avid moviegoers. Like someone like myself, I really only go to the things that I really want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really going, especially one thing for me especially is comedies. I love comedy movies. I very rarely go to the theater for a comedy movie because I feel like my living room is just a better environment for it. Let's take Star Wars, for example. You go to the theaters for that one.
Yeah.
At least I do. And that's a no-brainer for me. But they're trying to, I think, target those people like myself who are going to wait for it to come out later or at a different time, and can really enjoy it in their living rooms with a group of people, and it could be a cost
There's also
benefit.
some movies that like I would like to kind of see right away, but they don't really feel like movie theater movies.
Yeah, yep, definitely.
Like if it's not this big action thing.
Exactly.
It's who cares about seeing it in a movie theater? It doesn't
Yes.
make any difference. So they will apparently give theater owners $20 for every $50 spent to rent a film, which it's $50 to rent a film. So every time you rent a film, they would give theater owners $20, which like
What about the little
that
theaters,
sounds
the
cool.
mom and pop
That's
theaters?
Exactly what I was just going to say. Even here, if you ignore the little theaters, there's two big competitors.
Yep.
So who do you have to like sign up with like I would go to this theater or like how?
Yeah, yeah. Do you have to pick one? You're like, which theater would you like to support today?
Or
Like,
do they split it? But if they split it, then everyone's making not much.
I feel like the financial logistics of that are going to be
A nightmare.
a little messy.
You also have to buy a set-top box that costs about $150. Not too surprising. It's an encrypted set-top box. And when you pay $50 for a film, you get it for 48 hours. I would assume that this comes with certain benefits like being able to fast forward, rewind, pause if someone wants to go to the washroom, a bunch of different things that would be nice if you're in a theater. Like if someone mumbles something and you're not really sure what they said. What I just said was if someone mumbles something and you're not really sure what they said, being able to rewind it is cool. Obviously can't do that in theater. You don't want to like talk to the person beside you to try to figure out what it was because that could be annoying to other people. If you need to go to the washroom, you can just pause it. You and your like if you're a mom and dad, you could watch it and then the next day someone else could watch it as long as they have the same set-top box in your house. So like I don't know, if you rent a house, you could like rent a movie and watch it by yourself and then let your roommates watch it afterwards, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
It'd be really expensive to
As a parent, you could watch it, you know, like let's say you have a Friday night date night or something like that, you could watch it, and if you think, you know, it's kind of on the edge for your kids to see, you get to preview it. Next night, the kids can watch it, or, you know, something like that. I think there's a lot of opportunity in this. It's got some big names behind it as well.
Yeah,
I did actually link that article, so I did my job.
Nice.
You know, we're swinging at about 25% right now.
But we had to make sure the unions came together and made sure that the posting was being done properly.
Indeed, yeah. Had to go through the proper steps, pay the proper people.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm not allowed to do it.
Safety.
Yes. Yeah, we have to make sure the laptop isn't going to shock you.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Emotional safety. It's 2016.
That matters.
I could be upset.
He could be. Are you?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
If you were, we could take care of that. Just want to make sure everyone knows. But yeah, I think it's actually pretty cool. Because sometimes I'm going to want to go to the theater because it's like, okay, well, I haven't left my house in like 4 weeks, so going out once might be okay.
That's true.
But then other times, if I'm just tired and want to stay at home, or like midnight launches, that's one thing that I think is super cool.
Yes.
Some midnight launches, like Star Wars, if you want to go to Star Wars, it's kind of cool because people in the line are going to be like wearing costumes and stuff, and that's awesome. Certain midnight launches
The new Warcraft
are sick.
movie, maybe?
Oh my God, I'm going to the theater for that, even if this existed.
That's a theater one, for
It doesn't
sure.
matter.
Yeah.
I'm going to the theater. But other stuff that's less important and you want to see it right away because you've been excited for a long time, or like someone that this is actually really exciting for who isn't here is Brandon. I love watching movies with Brandon. If we
You've
go
said
fly
this. I'm just going to totally interrupt you. Brandon, I want to watch movies with you because Luke talks about this endlessly. I don't know why I had this rubber band on my thumb. Talks about it endlessly, and he just really enjoys it. And it would be
It's wild because
bro date.
I'd be down to for
Triple bro date.
Yeah.
Do you like square it? What do you do?
I don't know.
Bros, extension bro. Do you see where I'm going here?
Brosome.
Let's move on.
That got a little weird. Anyways, watching movies with Brandon is awesome. As you guys have seen, the two cool videos that we shot recently was the VR testing through Steam. I don't remember the exact VR performance test. And then the other one was Kick-Farted. Both look super awesome. All of our B-roll stuff looks super great because Brandon is really good at filming things using lights and all that kind of stuff. He's done some tech quickies. He's done some LTTs on that kind of stuff.
Follow his Instagram.
Oh my
God. His Instagram
God.
is very good. Follow his Instagram. I've got two buddies who are incredible at taking pictures. Mr. Johnny Chu and the man.
And
B-roll.
Brandon Lee, yeah. But like I'll watch a movie and be like, I liked that. The action scenes were super cool. And then he'll be like, but why did you like it? did you notice that it was framed in this way every time? And I was like, whoa, I didn't notice that, but it was awesome. Like I watched when we were flying back. No, it was when we were flying to Switzerland. I watched Mad Max on the flight.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, the action scenes were super cool. And he's like, yeah, because he doesn't make you look for it. When he films it, he made it so that everything that was happening, like the important part of the action, was always in like right in the middle of the
Centered.
frame. I'm like, that's really interesting. It's a different way of filming. And he's the one that showed me that a lot of like American action movies have tons of jump cuts in the fight.
Yes. Yeah.
And then like Jackie Chan movies don't. It flows through the entire fight. And then I started to appreciate that a lot more, which kind of ruined other movies for me. But like it's still super interesting. Anyways, I like watching movies with Brandon, so it would be cool to be able to do this for a brand new movie and like pick through it as we go.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I
Absolutely.
like about being on the flight, is because I just pause it and then talk to him about it and then keep playing.
Well, the 48-hour thing, you could just watch it all the way through, talk about it, watch it again, pick it apart, on one of your guys' cool flights to wherever you're going next. But
yeah. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool.
It is. I think they're really going to hit this one out of the park. I think they're going to hit a target market that they're not touching right now, and I think it could be a win-win. You're saying you could pause, rewind, hopefully better than Netflix. I still am a little disgruntled. If you're on a PC, it's great, but I wish I could control it easier on my phone. Because on Suits, they whisper too much, and I'm just trying to get through those 4 seasons, man. So it's, and you can't miss anything, right? Girlfriend wants to say something, and I'm like, I gotta pause, jump backwards, but, it is how it is.
Yeah, I hear that. That makes sense. This doc is pretty light this week because there's not a ton of people here, and Colton,
Happy Easter.
who makes speaking of which, who makes the WAN doc, isn't here today. He was here yesterday, so he tried to kind of cram it in and make a WAN doc kind of last minute, and it sort of worked. Although we're almost out of topics, so we'll see how that goes. But
We've
speaking
ad-libbed a
of
decent
almost
amount.
out of topics, there's a thing that I can do that takes up time that isn't a topic and is super cool.
Twitter?
Sponsor! So CoolerMaster is a sponsor. This is the first time they sponsored this thing with us. It's a keyboard, the CoolerMaster Masterkey Pro S and Pro L. The Pro S is a 10 keyless keyboard. The Pro L is a standard kind of sized keyboard. Both use Cherry MX Red or Cherry MX Brown switches, which is probably the most popular 2 switches there are, because the brown ones give you kind of the tactile bump but no audible click, and the red ones are just I'm for gaming, because you can barely feel like you're typing on me and stuff. They have 16.7 million color RGB, just in case you like rainbows under your fingers. You can use on-the-fly macros to set up macros within your game. No need to tab out into software to do that. You can just macro code in your game, which is pretty cool. You have profile support, so you can have up to 4 different profiles on your keyboard, and it uses an industry-leading ARM Cortex M3 processor that clocks at 72 megahertz.
Nice.
Around 25% faster than the ARM Cortex M0 processor that is in many keyboards on the market today. So let me know if you've noticed an improvement from that. It also has a 2-year warranty. Thank you, CoolerMaster. Moving on. Just in case you want to mod something on your case. See what I did there? Just in case you want to mod your case.
Your CoolerMaster case.
Whoa. You can use iFixit stuff. So, yeah. I don't know where they're... Can you give me the iFixit toolkit thing? The big one?
The big one.
Jackie?
Jackie.
Jackie.
It's Jacob.
Does he just
Jacob?
repeat? Oh, he said something different.
I don't know what the big... Is this the big one?
No, the big one.
One of my good buddies, Whole Wheat, we'll call him. That's his gamer tag.
Whole wheat.
Does all the things with the tools.
Yeah.
He likes this stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, it's an absolute ace.
Well, hopefully we'll get it. But anyways, the ProTech toolkit has had an update. So now it is a 64-bit kit itself, and it uses magnets to hold its little lid on, and the lid can kind of be used as a screw bit tray while you have it temporarily and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. There's more bits inside the screwdriver kit, which is great, where you can only seemingly find the old ones.
We have a lot of shrugging going on.
The cool part about having more bits isn't just a higher number, 64. It doesn't, that's actually not just marketing terms this time. It means that you can get through more stuff and properly, because stripping screws and stuff.
Having the right tool for the job That's half the battle, 3/4 of the battle. Sometimes it's the entire battle.
Sometimes, yeah. It has a newly redesigned swivel top precision screwdriver, which is pretty sick. And flex extension for hard to reach screws, so you can like have your screwdriver here and have it go out and then down actually, and then turn the screwdriver and the whole thing twists and it'll end up. It's
Really cool.
pretty cool. Precision ESD safe tweezers, including a pair of reverse tweezers, so you have those like black coated ESD safe tweezers. Wider variety of plastic opening tools and picks, which honestly, while I liked the old ProTech toolkit ones, I would find that the tips would break off. And it was actually kind of a problem because my ProTech toolkit, which I've used to take a huge amount of things apart, most of the tips of the blue little spudger things were broken off, and the new ones don't seem to do that. So this is actually like a significant improvement. That's probably my favorite part of the new ProTech toolkit. It has suction cups for display assembly removals. It has metal spudgers, just in case you need an even more durable thing for like jimmying things open and whatnot.
If you're into fixing phones or screens, like that's something people can pay a decent amount of money for. If you've got, you know, the kind of handiness to do it, suction cups, man, this toolkit. It's what we used to fix my old S3 when I smashed it up.
Oh, yeah.
And by we, I mean whole wheat.
He does a lot of that kind of
Yes.
stuff. The price for the ProTech toolkit has increased to $69.95 because they have all this like new awesome stuff.
I want to jump into there again, though. That's really not that expensive.
No.
Go to Home Depot, look at some of the tools you've got. I know they can't, but look at some of the tools on the wall. We're looking at $70. That's really, you know, they're really not charging you too much. I really don't feel like that's an unfair price. Just personally, I don't even work here. This isn't an ad for myself. I just think that's a fair price, really.
Yeah, and speaking of fair price, if you use offer code Linus, you get $10 off. So it's even cheaper. That makes it $59.95 instead of $69.95.
There you go.
And it's backed by iFixit's lifetime warranty. So get it because it's awesome, or don't. You still get access to all of their free resources if you need to do stuff like repairing phones on iFixit.com. So check that out. iFixit.com/Linus and use offer code Linus. So yeah, there you go. Or if you need to just like learn stuff, lynda.com. What I've learned there is certain camera things. I know you probably wouldn't know that because I haven't filmed anything in a super long time. But
Think about it a lot.
I do.
Refer to it sometimes.
Yeah, and like learning camera stuff and whatnot helped me direct those 2 episodes that I was talking about Brandon shooting earlier, which was the Valve VR performance test and Kickfarted. I directed both of those.
Yeah.
So that came from stuff that I learned from lynda.com. Anyways, it's used by millions of people around the world. There's more than 3,000 courses available in topics like web development, photography, visual design, business, software like Excel, WordPress, and Photoshop. All courses are taught by industry experts. The dude that I learned my photography and videography stuff is super cool. You can get a 10-day free trial, which gives you access to every course on lynda.com. And you can use lynda.com on like basically any device. Plans start at only $25 a month. Head over to lynda.com/WAN show and claim your 10-day free trial and start learning today. And we're done. There
Cool.
we go. Flew through those.
Yeah, but it's cool when
Anyways.
you have cool sponsors.
I
could have, like,
genuinely
really
like
bad
all of our
sponsors.
sponsors. We've kicked off the ones that we didn't like.
Yeah.
Like legitimately. We had a bunch of complaints about a specific one, so I'm trying to be vague. I decided to try to use it for like a while, and
I
a
remember
quarter
that,
of
yeah.
the way into my trying to use it for a while, I was
Not
like,
happy.
this is terrible. So
That's good on
Yeah.
you guys, though. I really appreciate that about you guys.
we've done that twice, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe twice. So in other news, Oculus Rift pre-orders start shipping out to customers. Basically, this is the title. Give me a second. Oculus Rift pre-orders start shipping out of customers.
Out of customers.
They're out of customers. There's no
So
more
it's like
customers.
the alien thing. Am I dating myself a little?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
pre my time.
So a person is delivered to your door, and the Oculus Rift erupts out of their stomach. That's how that happens.
you
and
actually
that
have to
person
finish them to
is
be humane.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you have to use it and then consume it, and then you are shipped because
Wow.
you were one of the customers.
See, I read that the Domino's thing will come and pick up what's left, but I guess that was just a rumor.
Oh my god.
Had a little scoop on the front. Whoop, whoop.
The body scoop. Everyone
Plays
gets
a little
turned
beep
into
beep
soil
sound.
green afterwards.
Yeah.
Wow, super old references. Anyways, CEO Brendan Erb, I think it's Erb. Wow, I'm gonna get murdered for that. Tweeted that it has shipped. Deliveries begin Monday, March 28th. So, not getting mine then. Anyways, if you pre-order now, you won't be able to get one until July. If anyone remembers a tweet that I sent out around CES, I was frustrated because it's been basically impossible for us to get any amount of media contact information from Oculus at all. And every single show that we've gone to, we've had to basically fight our way into a meeting with anyone. I even have an interview with Palmer because I met him in a hallway and was like, yo dude, can we have a meeting? And he knew who we were, but we still couldn't get media contact information. So I tweeted about it and he was like, hey man, I got you, let's figure this out. And then immediately disappeared off the face of the planet. He followed me, we DM'd like once or twice, and then he was just gone. He sent me another tweet DM thing today being like, whoa, that took a while. Anyways, let's figure this out. So hopefully we can get a rush on our Oculus Rifts because I think ours were going to be delayed by like a few weeks. So we're trying to get them rushed so we can get a review out of the actual consumer version.
It'd be awesome if that could happen.
I really want to play it. So
You've been on this train since the very beginning. I can vouch for you. You've been very excited about this whole project from the very start.
I really, the whole time I was doing it, I was thinking about you, 100%. I want you to try the bullet train demo with the touch controllers.
Is it because I'm not totally sold? What's the drive?
No, it's because, okay, so the bullet train demo is with the touch controllers. You stand in one location. I'm not going to show right now because I won't fit into the camera properly. But you stand in one, pretend I'm standing. I'm standing in one location. There's little blue kind of orb things on the ground. And if you point at one with your controller and press a certain button, you teleport there. And then it's a stand and fight game that's a shooter. So basically wherever you teleport, there's probably some form of gun. And you can pick it up with your other controller, shoot, and like if it's a like AK, if you shoot it with one hand, it's gonna be like, and the bullets are gonna go everywhere. So you have to like pull your other hand up and actually hold it properly. Shotguns, you can take one shot, and then if you don't pump it, you can't shoot again. So you have to like actually pump it. Or if stuff just gets crazy, you can slow down time, drop both your weapons, or like huck a weapon at someone, and grab the bullets out of the air, turn them around, and then throw them back. And they go back in bullet time and like actually kill people. So it's like really fun to play because you're teleporting all over the place, slowing down time, grabbing things. Like it's very physically interactive, which is a thing that I think a lot of VR games are missing right now.
Yes, definitely.
My two favorite demos, my most favorite demo used to be E-Valkyrie. It's not anymore. My two favorite demos now are Bullet Train and I don't know if they have an official name for it yet or if they're ever actually going to release it, but it's essentially the Tron game, and CCP made it. So it's the Tron game where you throw discs at each other.
Really?
Yeah.
CCP, I just lit up, sorry.
No, I know.
I don't even play because it's not my type of game, but they're an incredible company.
Eve is an incredible game.
Now I'm excited.
So do you know the Tron game where you throw discs at each other and you're standing on the platforms?
Yes.
They made that. And like you have to actually like jump and dodge and block, and like the blocking works, and you block, and if you're swinging around this way and it hits, it'll bounce off in that direction. Or if it's like coming this way and you hit that way, it'll bounce off in that direction. Like, however, the physics are pretty good. If it's coming behind you, you can get hit in the back because there's like room behind you and it can bounce off the walls. And you have to throw it like, oh man. I played against Colton and it was slightly frustrating because he's super not athletic. So I just wrecked him. Like, I think it was almost 30 to like 2. And the only reason why I got hit those times was because I didn't fully know how the game worked yet. Like, just completely destroyed him. But it was really cool doing something more physically active in VR.
That's really cool. I thought about bringing this and I didn't. I'm going to try and find it, and this is going to be super bad because I'm not in the industry. Basically, the treadmill that you move around on for VR.
Yes. One
of them was just launched on Kickstarter. It just raised a whole bucket of money in the first 24 hours. I'm going to try and look for the article.
Okay.
That made me think of it. But I think that's what I'm excited about with the whole VR thing. Right now, I'm not a hater, but just strapping it on and doing a roller coaster, not really my thing. I'm not really excited.
No, and I know I like showed our whole family that and stuff.
But it's totally cool for other people to be excited about, and it's the start. It's the building blocks of what I'm going to be excited for.
Exactly. That's it. I didn't actually really care about the fact that was going on. I cared about the like, wow, wait for all the other things. That
this is where we're going. Yeah.
And one thing that's going to help with that a ton is you're probably going to like the Vive a lot more.
Yes,
because the Vive is room scale,
right?
And that means you can move around. It's like way more
absolutely.
Wow, Tilt Brush, the Google art game. Have you seen that? super
I think so.
cool.
I
I'm
think
excited
so.
for I think Nikita will really like it.
Is that the one Disney was showing a little?
Rover.
One of the artists from Disney was doing it.
Probably.
I think I watched.
It's from Google. I wouldn't be surprised at all if one of the artists from Disney was in there. But it's like you use your controllers essentially as paintbrushes.
Yeah.
And it's 3D, so you can move around whatever you're painting, and you can basically
that's gotta be the
paint
same
out
thing,
sculptures. And
really
stuff.
cool.
Wow! I made this scene where I put grass all over the floor, and then I made a tree and a little fire that actually had fire and smoke coming out of it, and then I
Nice.
made it snowing, and I just kind of sat down and was like, I like this.
Nice.
It was
That's
kinda
really cool.
Yeah.
I had an absolute ton of fun when I wasn't expecting to. I was at a family dinner at our uncle's place, and this was a few years ago. PlayStation 3, it had a game built into it. We had both controllers, and it was a sword and shield fighting game. And I had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I had way too much fun playing this game because it was incredible how much it mattered about, you couldn't even trick it. You couldn't just move your wrist really quick and try to
with
get
a lot
some
of Wii
big
games,
hit.
yeah.
Where the Wii games where you can kind of exploit certain issues with the controller. It was really incredible just moving, blocking, and using your sword, and you could move your person, and it was a ton of fun. So I think VR is going to be really incredible, and it's really going to move gaming from physically inactive activity to something that could be very active.
That's one thing. Yesterday, I was tweeting out asking if there's any novice men's
Yes,
lacrosse
I saw that.
teams.
I saw that. You know what got me excited about that? Growing up, football and hockey, right? Playing football and hockey all the time. You did a very similar thing.
Yeah.
Lacrosse was the one thing, and I did try, and we called. I wanted to fit in lacrosse. I would have had to quit hockey, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But, sorry. Yeah, I saw that tweet today, actually. I was a little behind. But I was like, yeah, that's totally... Is there one? That's pretty cool.
I don't think so.
No, there isn't. It falls apart.
There's no, I think there might be one rugby team, and other than that, there's no full contact sports for adults where we live. And I'm like, if you're a grown dude, how do you hit someone? Legally.
My ice hockey league, I played at the very low levels, and you watch some of the games, there's a little bit of hitting, but not much. When you go to the higher skill levels, basically every skill level, the rules are technically the same. Every skill level, if you watch the A guys play, I was playing E. If you watch the A guys play, that's a much more physical game. They let a lot more go. The rules are technically the same. It's technically the same league, but every division you go up, because I actually jumped up a game to play with another team, and I could totally tell there's more physicality. That's the only thing I could tell you. I know Washington State has
people were talking
men's pro.
Fencing and karate and stuff, not the same.
You're doing a bit of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's still not the same.
It's not the same, yeah.
Hitting someone in lacrosse or football or rugby, and I know there is actually a local team for rugby, but hitting someone in lacrosse or football or rugby is very different than fighting someone in karate or jiu-jitsu or something like that.
Yep.
It's super different. It's more I don't know.
Collision.
I like team. It's collision, which is not something you get to a little bit in some of those, but not a ton. It's team object-oriented stuff where sometimes you do the suicide pass kind of thing.
Yep.
If you've heard about that, freaking Zach Peters, if you're watching, he's the suicide pass me in rugby. So he'd be almost gonna get hit, and there's someone on me just in case he passes to me, and he'd be like, haha, get wrecked.
Yeah.
And I would just take the hit, but there's
Football
other things.
throwing a floater
Yeah.
right in the middle.
Yeah.
Linebackers are just like,
Good luck.
let's go, dinner time.
But taking one for the team by physically hitting someone or allowing yourself to get hit or something like that is a very different mentality than fighting someone one-on-one in an orchestrated sparring match. And
I'm a big team sport guy.
Me too.
I've been getting up so early for work and going to bed so early. Today I woke up early. I went online. I was like, I'm going to play some games. No one was on because it was 8:30 in the morning, which is totally normal, and I get that. But my whole mood just kind of, and I did some stuff by myself. I farmed a little bit of gold, and I did some other things. But the whole team, and I was talking about Rocket League earlier. I can't tell you the last time I played Rocket League by myself. But when you get some guys in there, you get a group together, and it's really fun. So the whole team atmosphere. Is a big thing too.
My favorite thing at PAX for the last few years probably was our group of people just jamming out playing Rocket League together because everyone gets hyped up and it's
a lot of fun. And fun. VR could really play into that. They're going to have, obviously it's going to be a singular thing to start, but we're talking about how VR is going to get better and better. What happens until now? It's us two in that bullet time game jumping around shooting. together, working together. You know, I go behind an object and I find 2 guns. You go behind an object, you
Slide
find
one
none.
across the floor,
you know what I
whatever,
mean?
yeah,
Just different
yeah.
things like that. You know, co-op, I remember, especially growing up, the whole idea of co-op was really a big deal and really pushed gaming forward. And then obviously multiplayer and then really playing online and all
I'm
that.
very excited for. I have a computer idea coming up that a few people know about, but not that many. So I'm not going to leak it here. The guys from my stream, the after party for this, some of you guys might know about it, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. But it incorporates the idea of multiple people in VR together,
Nice.
and I'm excited for that too because I feel like it can bring back the maybe not actual hitting, like I can't hit someone, but it'll bring back the team-based mentality with physical aspects in it, going towards some type of game with a collective goal and like
Yes.
all those kind of things. One of my favorite things that we've done was paintball forever ago.
Yep.
When we were one person would move up, and then the person who moved up would call shots for the person in the back, and then
Yep, exactly.
like that was super cool if you can do stuff like that in video games. And something that would be cool is taking away stuff like Skype and Vent and TeamSpeak for competitive shooters and whatnot. And if you have like, because it's cool and all, but being able to have it so you have to like shout out to your buddy,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's awesome because
Absolutely.
you have to kind of give away your position to communicate in that
Yes.
situation,
Yeah.
and that's kind of cool.
And if you're dead, you shouldn't be able to communicate at all.
yeah,
You know,
I don't know.
just little things
I
like
think
that.
that'd be awesome.
Future's
Anyways,
gonna be fun.
we should probably move on from VR. I could literally talk about VR for forever.
Well, you're
but
saying we don't have enough, and I've been thinking more and more that we're just gonna.
it's true.
We'll have enough.
Yes, it'll be fine.
But there's some rapid fire stuff.
Yeah, I'm still moving on rapid fire. So Pebble fires 25% of its staff. Ooh.
That's really depressing. Just for the pure fact that now there's a bunch of guys looking for jobs. I'm sure Pebble looks great on your resume. I've been there. You've been there. I know it might be hard for you to even remember now, but there's always a time in a lot of people's lives where you're looking for that job, and it sucks. You know, it really sucks. And to lose your job sucks, even if it's in the best way possible. As in, the company just goes, you know, we're really sorry. We like you a lot. You know, and we'll give you the best reference, and you know, here's a letter and all that kind of stuff, and we'll try to do what we can to help you. Which I'm not even sure how much. I haven't actually read up about it. How much they are helping. I'm sure they're doing their fair share, but just a really unfortunate thing for a lot of different people who are working there.
Yeah, they laid off 40 employees, which is that 25% number. The CEO, Eric, has said that money is pretty tight these days, and he's referring to difficulties raising money in Silicon Valley, which kind of makes sense because of the quote that is actually on the screen. Pebble is now in a very crowded market. There are so many companies making smartwatches. Oh my god.
And you know what? I'm not seeing them a lot on the day to day. I see them when I come to this office. Obviously, this is a tech-focused area. I saw, you know, a handful of the iWatches when they first came out, or the Apple Watch. Sorry, couldn't care. You know, I saw kind of a surge of them immediately. I'm very much out and about Vancouver and Burnaby with my job, but I don't see a lot of them on the day to day. You still see the more simple fashion accessory or the more, you know, Iron Man, G-Shock style of functionality, and I'm not really seeing this. It's not really taking over like I think a lot of people thought it would.
It helps a little bit to get out of Langley and Vancouver.
Yeah.
Vancouver, like, however much of a tech hub it is, because it actually is, doesn't really seem to adopt things super quickly. I don't know why. I
You
don't
do travel
know.
all over, so you would have a good view on this.
It feels very hotspotty. Like Switzerland, I don't think I literally saw a single person with a smartwatch
Interesting.
the entire time I was there, and I was going to techie kind of places and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's that. But like in San Fran,
Oh yeah.
like actually like a pretty significant amount of people have them.
Interesting. Okay.
Not like a majority, definitely not a majority, but
Right.
like it's noticeable and you kind of see it
See there.
around.
You see, that's what I was referring to with here.
Yeah.
So it is. So it's spot. Okay.
But San Fran, you kind of expect that. So
true,
I
you
don't
would.
know. I don't think it's kicking off quite as hard as people thought, because I don't think it's that difficult to pull your phone out of your pocket.
Now, and I was saying it's really unfortunate for a lot of people. 25% is only 40 of their employees. So really, that is, you know, that's a decent chunk. You know, you're looking at a high school classroom and a half, or however you want to mentally
It
picture
sucks. It's also not.
devastating. It's not, you know, one of these massive,
It's devastating on an
corporations.
individualized scale.
Yes.
It's not devastating on like a, oh my God, half of a massive company just got laid
Because that
off and there's
happens.
thousands of positions
exactly,
floating.
thousands of people. And when it's less employees, you're going to hope that they're going to get a little more help, a little more special attention than those mass layoffs that you see.
Yeah, and one thing that I worry about, and like it's gonna suck for these guys, but it sucks even more when it's in the gratuitous amounts of numbers, is like one of my buddies, Ruel, was recently working at a restaurant that closed. So all of the people that were working at that restaurant were all friends and stuff, but no one's really able to help each other properly because now
all in the same.
you have all of these people who are looking for similar work because of their experience.
They're now competitors, even
They're
if they
all competitors.
don't want to.
And like that sucks. So even 40 of them, that's gotta suck because now there's 40 people who have immediate, probably fairly lengthy, fairly interesting experience at a company selling watches that are probably going to try to
A
find
fifth
this.
of their one-page resume is the exact same as everybody else.
Yes,
they
and-
got 40 duplicates. This is what I did.
Ugh.
Essentially, obviously, they'll have different facets to their job, but yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation when anybody closes down, but maybe they can. VR's picking up, other things are picking up. There's ads on the radio all the time about tech jobs in BC, so hopefully it's going all over the
Oh my
place,
God. Hi, I'm the blank. We're the CEO of Bench, and we've moved back to
Vancouver from New York because the people here, and it's not joining the tech industry, it's joining the tech
The
industry.
future of the tech
All
industry.
industries,
It's a
and-
super weird radio commercial.
Yeah, very odd.
Don't worry about it. Bench, which is like a clothing company,
Yeah.
is hiring. Is the spokesperson for a company that hires tech people in Vancouver, and they moved away from Vancouver but have now moved back, and it's a very weird radio commercial. Don't worry about it. Anyways, right on schedule. AMOLED displays are now cheaper to produce than
Nice.
LCDs. Now, is the actual dollar number in here? Yes. So a 5-inch Full HD smartphone display is $14.30 for AMOLED panels and $14.60 for an LCD panel. That's awesome
It
because
is.
that means that it is now going to be beneficial for people to use AMOLED panels instead of LED panels. There's, I don't think, a ton else to say. But
No, that's good. And maybe these vehicle manufacturers, excluding Tesla, can start putting better stuff in their vehicles. Kind of a hater on
Oh,
almost
man.
everybody right now.
And that's kind of funny because Linus is off in New York at like an auto show thing. So hopefully,
maybe there'll
hopefully
be
they
cool
have
stuff
some
to come
cool
out of that
stuff.
show.
Hopefully.
Ford, I know I've seen some new videos about one of their new vehicles coming out, and they made some minor improvements that are still, in my personal opinion, miles away.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the. I rode in a brand new Mazda the other day. It was kind of nice, but I just didn't really. I felt like they took a tablet and they were like, and they just kind of left it there and like didn't really fully integrate. It just
Integrate it,
looks
yeah.
awkward. Like it doesn't look like it's a part of the vehicle.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just kind of like you could take it away with you and you would want to because it looks weird. I don't like. Yeah, not a big fan of what's
Oh,
going on.
right.
I actually got into a Dodge Ram yesterday at work that had 20 kilometers on it. And it had the screen and everything, and it's just really not that impressive. It's really not. You literally, in my opinion, you have to be in a Tesla to be impressed by the multimedia center that's involved, unless you've done a custom fit yourself. Your 2009 Acura is pretty darn solid. And it
It's
totally
funny.
compares to the 2015s.
Which is so weird. We were going to
Completely
do a video like a year and a half ago, I think, and we were trying to work with a car company to show where has whatever bracket, because I don't know what brackets cars fit into because I'm not a super car guy. I like car tech, but outside of anyways, of car, like how far has it come in the last, since 2009, because I got my car. And they contacted us and they were like, oh yeah, we can send you this one. It has these things. And it had no additional functionality and a smaller screen. I was just like,
Yeah, they're really not hitting it out of the park with this
Now,
one.
like
I
the-
can't understand why, to be honest.
Yeah,
We're just talking about how cheap it is to produce. The tablets are getting better and better every day. Why they're not just hooking up with a manufacturer to help them out, I don't understand.
and like that Tesla tablet does have its problems. It's not the fastest thing ever, blah, 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 blah. But it's actually been in that car for a while now.
Yeah.
Model S's are not really new anymore. Of course, you can buy one new, but like the Model S itself is a new design model. So yeah, I don't know. Having a workable, like, I'm really excited for. I'm excited for conversational AI.
Yeah.
So like the Her style, like you can actually talk to it, and when I can like converse with my car.
Okay.
That
What was
would
the
be pretty
show we
sweet.
watched a little tiny bit when we were super young? Knight Rider.
Yes.
Yes.
I love Knight Rider. Oh my god. So yeah, if I can talk with
That
my
was an
car,
AI
that'd be
that
so
you could
cool.
converse with, you know?
Like I would even legitimately be cool with the like instead of it being an app, I just like call my car.
Yeah.
With like the phone app, and I'm just like, hey, you want to like
Come pick me up.
come pick me up?
It's raining.
The car's just like, I was kind of relaxing,
I was relaxing.
but that's fine, I guess. Are you gonna change my oil? Can we do that today?
But then it's a joke because it's electric.
Oh shit. That is right.
But then he's like, haha, I don't have oil. And you're like, I'm going to go in and turn your sass.
Like, you
meter
are
down a
so
little."
funny, but we need to turn that down. That would be awesome. But yeah, anyway, speaking of things talking to you, that's not a segue that works for this at all.
It works if you wanted to.
Anyways,
on
Facebook
you.
is pulling back on its BlackBerry app. Come on, bbc.uk.com. Facebook drops support for BlackBerry, which is probably completely fine. And I'm not even saying that because basically no one uses BlackBerry phones. I'm saying that because don't they just work with Android apps?
Yeah, I thought that was the thing. I wouldn't know because I don't know anyone who has a BlackBerry.
Me neither.
At all. Zero.
Yeah. So. Okay. I don't know.
I kind of thought of it as just like kicking somebody when they're down.
Maybe.
A
And
little
like
bit,
the
like-
Twitch chat can probably comment on that, but I'm pretty sure these days if you're a BlackBerry owner, you just if you are somehow a BlackBerry owner.
I think there's
don't
some
even know.
government organizations. Now that I think about
Okay.
that, I actually know someone who has two phones. One of them's a BlackBerry.
Oh.
He works for Canadian Border Security.
Okay.
And he has a BlackBerry for his government phone just because, as Elon Musk would say, government's very, very slow to do things. So they're still haven't, kind of moved on. He has problems all the time. He can't email properly from it. When he tries to email the group of us, it doesn't always go through and all that kind of stuff. He's got to wait till he gets home. And
yeah,
there's different issues.
Blackberries can use Google Play.
Yes,
So like,
yeah, the Google Play Store.
who cares? They probably stopped support for it because who cares?
Here's another thing. I know you got the app back now, but I still don't use the app on my phone. I still use my browser. I believe Mr. Light, Nick, does that as well. I'm not sure if he's switched back to get the Messenger because you guys use it a bit more than I do, but I'm just a typical casual user. I don't use the app. I just use the browser.
I used to not use the app, and a big part of that was because of how like invasive and not okay it is.
Yeah.
And then I just realized that I am not allowed privacy in my life, anyways. So
Unfortunately.
whatever.
Yeah,
I
pretty
guess.
much, pretty much.
Yeah. Like I don't know. It's gotten to the point where like my information is so farmed out that like
I hear you.
Facebook doesn't have it, someone else has got it. So I might as well just.
The only
not
thing I would
care.
say on that is, if you're like me and you're kind of not sure about it, the browser functionality is actually
It's
fantastic.
fine.
Yeah, it's actually really good. The only thing you're gonna miss is notifications pinging your phone. You can
Which
check
is
it.
probably fine.
That's probably fine too. I get by just fine. We communicated on Facebook this morning. It worked out. It's not a huge deal. If you're thinking about it, try it out. It still works.
Yeah, I did that for a very long time, and then one day it was just like, I try to do all these things because I suggest that people do these things, and then I realized that just like in my position, I have no privacy at all. Anyways,
An unfortunate. Not everything's positive.
no,
There has to be some sort of
it's true.
yin yang going on.
Yeah, it's probably fine. At least I'm easy to contact, I guess.
You say that. There's been a family email going around you still haven't responded to. So
Wait, what?
got your
Oh,
back,
that
Mom.
one. I don't know how to respond to that yet.
Oh,
Because
the
I
going
want
to
to
the
make
movie
it.
one?
Oh, yeah. That's not really going to work.
I
thought
said that
you
politely.
answered that properly.
Did you
Yeah.
like that? I had
Yeah,
your
yeah.
back there.
Yeah.
I was
good.
writing it, and then I went back and I went working very hard.
Thank
I
you.
put in the very
Yes.
after. That's how you know I got you.
I'm doing like a, yeah, anyways. So something that's kind of weird, actually, from Facebook is this. So
Yeah.
Facebook's ad platform now guesses your race, or as they call it, ethnic affinity, based on your behavior.
I like that terminology.
So Basically, what's happening is, as you can see here, there's two different trailers. Straight Out of Compton trailer 2015 and Straight Out of Compton trailer 2 2015. And based on what it guesses your ethnic affinity is, it will give you a different version of the trailer. No joke. One trailer portrays the movie as like a violent depiction of gang acts, and the other trailer depicts it as like a history of the music industry from the underdogs.
Really?
Yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna jump off of this.
I still haven't seen
so
this
I can
movie.
read the proper notes. I haven't either, but I do actually really
I wonder
want
what
to.
I'm really interested as to what they're guessing for me, because I do like a lot of hip hop and a lot of different. I was literally watching the best vines from World Star Hip Hop this morning. So yes, I do have weird things on my YouTube. But something like this, why would you even play with this? Why, as a big company, why would you even touch this?
I have no idea.
People
but
are
to
not
jump
that
into
different.
it real
Make one
quick,
trailer. Like,
there's apparently 3 different versions of the marketing campaign for the NWA biopic, Straight Out of Compton.
weird.
One for white audiences, one for black audiences, and one for Hispanic audiences. Trailers are all completely different. They don't say which one is for which, but one depicts a gangster movie emphasizing violence. One depicts the movie as a biography, talking about their music being protest art. And then they don't say what the third one is. Facebook describes ethnicity as affinities or a similarity of characteristics.
I just don't know why they're touching it. I just don't get it.
I think they could have just picked way better terminology.
Oh yeah.
Because like looking at using their picture stuff, they could figure out your ethnicity probably pretty easily. But they're talking about similarities of characteristics. So why not just call it that?
It's called racism.
Are you an angry, aggressive person? Then maybe you want to see the one that depicts it as a gangster movie, which emphasizes violence. Are you not an angry, aggressive person?
What if they just
are
said
you into,
characteristics
protesting
instead of anything about
That's what I mean.
ethnicity?
Yeah. Are you someone who likes protests and like standing up for what you believe in, but you're not necessarily a violent person?
There you go.
Maybe portray that one or whatever the third one is. Like, just call it characteristics. Why are you calling it ethnic affinity?
Just a really terrible maneuver.
That just
bad play.
makes you sound like a dick. Like, I don't know.
Glad you said it. I was wondering if we could say it. Wasn't sure.
I don't know. Whatever.
Turn around the lines on that one. Yeah, just a bad move in every direction. That's just that play
What's the
fell
benefit?
apart. They picked it up, ran the wrong direction. I have no idea.
Yeah, Facebook has done some really weird stuff with their like social science team or whatever they call it. I don't remember what they call it, but they like play experiments on the people all the time.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this is just one of them, to be completely honest. I would be
Facebook
too
doesn't
surprised.
seem to be losing any steam, but I'm kind of excited for the next one. And I'm kind of excited for Facebook to become the current MySpace, let's call it.
Yeah.
You know,
One interesting thing that I read an article about, which I don't have right now, but it was talking about how Facebook is, especially now, and it's going to continue to be, especially now, becoming this completely unstoppable literal graveyard of humanity. Because people are dying and their Facebook pages stay up.
As depressing as can be.
So like the percentage of the user base that is literally dead.
It's actually a depressing fact
increasing.
for. I don't always know if we should drop names or not, but my SO, my significant other, just had a friend pass away. That friend's Facebook page is still there. You know what I mean? Like that's a true to life example that's within the last few months. So what you say really hits home, and locally as well. And I'm sure for people watching this, and that's a really.
And it's super weird when like someone who might really care about that person sentimentally goes back to essentially their gravestone by just going to their Facebook page, and then you see like someone who's not very well informed being like, "Hey, we should hang out," on their wall, and it's like,
Yeah, that's
just
sad in all
awkward.
sorts
like,
of ways.
It's weird. Anyways, in less sad news, but slightly weird news, Sony is possibly considering the potential of a PlayStation 4.5.
Yeah.
So this was a Kotaku source, so who knows if this web page is going to exist in a certain amount of time, or if someone's going to like buy them or something. I don't know. But apparently the new version of the PS4 would have increased graphical power, being able to play games running at 4K resolution. and would probably do a bit better with VR and stuff like that. So this is from like some source that is super not named and all of this other kind of stuff. Apparently there's been whispers about upgrades to the Xbox as well. So iterations faster than we expected. Wouldn't be super surprised. I wonder if it will line up with the Nintendo NX, which is the only console I'm even remotely interested in.
Hey, want an apple?
Hello. Yes.
See ya.
Thank
One
you.
apple?
Bye.
I see how it is.
Would you like an orange?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, you got a better one.
He was so excited about that.
He was
Now I'm a little
excited
scared.
about
Catch it on camera. Woo!
Got it.
Dang.
All right.
Should've
Nerd
had a
sports.
V8. Nerd sports. Coming soon.
There you go.
I guess I can't really like say shit over here and then be on there.
I can say that I saw
You
a
can
little
come
bit
over here.
looking
Okay,
out the
I'm gonna jump
window.
more just for 1 second.
Okay.
What was I going to say? I'm not in the console game. I'm not really excited for
You
it.
need to toss me an orange while I do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you do this?
Yeah. Go. Okay. Oh, fuck. Wait, one more time. Okay. All right, tune into Nerd Sports. It's going to be sick. Wait, one more time. I should probably do it myself.
Okay.
Okay, tune into Nerd Sports. It's going to be sick. It's going to be dank. I'm editing it now.
Oh, you were so close. That was going so well.
I've signed an agreement that I can't talk about Nerd Sports unless I'm juggling.
Really?
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Should have just kept with the yeah. I liked it.
But check it out and don't unsubscribe from Vessel. Because it's going to be on there. And nowhere else, I don't think.
For a long
And I worked
time.
a lot. I worked really hard on it. So don't unsubscribe. And say nice things to your moms. Okay, see you guys. Here's your orange back.
Thanks, Virgo.
All right.
Have a good long weekend.
You too, see ya.
That was
Okay, you
weird.
guys get Monday off. That was cool. Okay, PlayStation 4.5. I'm not in the console game. Don't have a console. Would like a Wii U. We were talking about the Pokken tournament. I
Yep.
found out that came out yesterday. I live under a very large rock, but it's comfortable. So I don't like this because people who bought this console, and it's for the same reasons that I don't like the new Nintendo 3DS. Now, I almost bought one, but the whole fact that you were now, please confirm, the new games will not work on the older Game Boys. Is that certain
like,
games?
functionality and stuff.
Certain functionalities. Okay, so you see, certain functionalities are a little bit different. I have the 2DS you got me, which is fantastic. Really been enjoying that. Really works well for me. But I don't.
My problem there was I was misinformed.
Oh, okay.
I
there you
thought
go.
certain games wouldn't work. I don't think that's a thing. There's like a C stick for
Yes.
when you're in Smash and stuff. Like there's different things like that. But
Right,
yeah.
right.
And
So
it's a
that's
little
not that big of a
faster.
deal. Because what I think of is the parent who did the best they could, very similar to our parents, to get a console, and now there's a new one, and now, like this PS 4.5, are all games going to work on it? We don't know. We know very little. It might not even be a thing. But if it is a thing, and if it is an updated version, first of all, anyone who plays anything competitive has to upgrade, period. That was one thing we saw with the Xbox Elite. Which was kind of a frustrating deal, but not a huge deal. My biggest thing is if they're going to come out with a new one, if the new games following that launch only work on that new system, basically making the PS4 obsolete, I'm upset and I don't own them. I don't like that idea. I don't like that marketing. I don't like any of that. I think that's ugly from all sides. So I'm really hoping that's not what happens. And frankly,
super lame.
my biggest argument when Xbox, and we saw it at PAX especially, I don't think it was this year, but the year before, it might even been the year before that, but when PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were really trying to compete, my biggest thing, and everyone who's watching this knows that, is they're just super underpowered. Like, why didn't you just, why do this now? Why didn't you start on a good foot?
My biggest complaint when they first came out was that
The Wii U was ridiculously comparable, if not better, in certain categories.
no, what pissed me off was every generation before that, like the 360. When the 360
Yep.
first came out, and the PlayStation 3, they're losing a little bit on selling the console. It's actually got pretty good hardware in there,
Yeah.
and at the very
For the
beginning,
time.
it's like, ooh,
Solid drop, yeah.
that's an interesting idea compared to a computer. A computer's probably gonna be better, but like for people that don't want to mess with that, it's actually kind of interesting. It's running its own thing. Games load like, okay, games don't load right away, but like you don't have to patch things really. Like
Yeah.
stuff just kind of works.
When the
actually
360
did,
dropped, I would say the
unless it
PC
red-ringed.
console argument was way closer than
It
is
was, and then like as time goes by, the PC will start to just completely destroy
Crush
it,
it,
and it's
yeah.
not a contest anymore, and that's fine. When the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One came out, PCs at the same cost were already just so much better.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it wasn't even. They're not in the same ballpark.
And that's
Different
boring.
leagues.
Like, I'm on the PC side, but that's just boring.
It really is. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
What they were putting in there was just ugly. It just really was. Just I don't know how much we can beat that.
Super disappointed.
Yeah, really not exciting. We'll see what Sony decides to do with this. If Sony does it, you've got to assume Xbox is going to do something similar. I love Nintendo because they're just on their own doing their own thing. So that new Nintendo console, I'm also excited as well. I wish I had a Wii. Maybe we'll rent it this weekend or something. I really want to try that Pokken tournament. I don't even play fighting games, but I've just been watching a little
I've
bit
heard
online.
it's like basically Smash, but with Pokemon, isn't it? Or is it different?
It's different. It's much more just a one-on-one fighting game. It's not exactly two-dimensional. You're moving on a single axis. You can move around, but it's very interesting. I actually watched a tournament the other day. I said, "Oh, I'm going to check this out." I saw one of the streamers who streams all different games playing it. I went to the actual channel, which it's got very low traction on Twitch. I have to say, very low traction for a new game, which is kind of depressing. But I was watching Mewtwo fight a Pokemon that's brand new, so I don't know its name. But it was incredible how Mewtwo was always in the air, and this one character had to use constant anti-air, and just watching the engagements.
People are face-palming because I said Tekken, not Smash. That makes so much more sense why it's called Pokken now.
Yes, it's much more like.
I didn't think about that at all. I just
Yes.
thought Smash because I saw the cover.
Yes, the cover you could
And
say
it made me
totally,
think
yeah.
of Smash. I haven't seen the game at all. Tekken,
much more
Pokken,
like Tekken.
that
Much
totally
more like
makes
Tekken,
sense.
yeah.
I get that now.
Which isn't really our kind of games. I know growing up, neither of us kind of gravitated towards that. It's probably worth a rent, though.
Luckily, we still have a place near our house where we can rent
An
video
awesome
games.
place.
Yeah.
If you live anywhere around here, Willow Video Games, give them a shout out in Langley, BC. Fantastic shop run by fantastic people. It's an old school shop. You can buy and sell, and it's fantastic. It's a really good place to go. Competitive prices, and nobody's nicer. Their
Yeah.
customer service is fantastic.
Yeah.
I bought a tiny little Charizard shirt that was built for a lady.
Yeah.
And the dude totally thought it was for me. And he mentioned that it might not fit me. I said, that's okay, dude. And so, I never actually told him it wasn't for me. He just looked at me weird the whole time I was buying it. It turned out to not fit my SO, as I'll call it. And we actually ended up taking it back. And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm not sure if it was a different individual. Oh, I'm not sure if we take clothing back." And the guy came who sold it to me out front of the back and was like, "Oh, I know him. We can take that back. It's okay that it didn't fit him." I just let it play out. Yeah, it was a female small, so that didn't work out. But
Probably wouldn't even cover like one of your arms.
yeah, I might have had to rip it a few times and tape it on. But yeah, it didn't work
And
out.
eventually solve the problem.
But they're super nice. They're great. Yes, if you have some games to sell, games
I love
to
that
buy,
place.
it's a great place to go.
I'm
Shout
like
out to them.
probably maybe a noticeable percentage of their like reason why they're still in business.
Could be.
I try to buy like everything I can from them if it's possible, and
Yes.
I try to send everyone I know to them if possible, because I would rather.
I wonder if
like,
you can buy the new Need for Speed for PC from them. I wonder if
No,
you
they don't
can.
do PC stuff. I think if you request beforehand,
Oh yeah.
they can get one for you.
They're actually the ones who told me, because I have the 2DS that you got me, and then I played on your new Nintendo 3DS. That's what it is, right? I'm using that.
I think that is
the
literally
new
what it's
Nintendo
called.
3DS.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
Terrible.
was a little blown away, so I wanted to go buy one, and they had the Pokemon version, so I actually called Willow. They were the ones who informed me that it's not the actual XL. They saved me a bunch of, because I referred to it as, "Oh, do you have the new Nintendo Pokemon 3DS XL?" He said, "We actually do, but it's not an XL," and told me all about it and the issues with it. So they saved me a bunch of money, because I actually almost ordered off Amazon just assuming it was the full go, because it was the same price. But
When a company is willing to tell you the bad things about something to save you money because you specifically asked for something like improperly or whatever, like what
Yes.
just happened, that's awesome.
yes, absolutely.
I would very much expect another store to just be like, "Sure, man, here's your $300-something device."
Yeah, exactly. And someone like me and you, I just don't want to speak for you, but I guarantee you, that means you're going to get future business.
Uh-huh.
Instead of losing that initial sale, which might suck for the moment, you just guaranteed sales down the road. I'm totally that type of person. For example, see, I don't know who your sponsors are. You sponsored Okay, so I had terrible customer service from that video card company, which I don't want to hate on because they are a good company, but I'm probably not going to go back to them, just purely off the customer service that I was received when I had to send in my 660 Ti and get it fixed. I actually ended up getting a brand new one, which was nice, but it was a nightmare of a process that guaranteed a lack of future business.
Right.
From myself, am I going to hurt their bottom line? Absolutely not. But
Well, like a story
got to vote with your wallet.
I've been saying forever. The stream's more or less over now, but a story I've been
Should
saying
we turn
forever.
it into the after party, or?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. This thing and whoop.
Sorry, guys, I get them off topic all over the place. It's very similar to what happens when we hang out. It's just kind of a slightly more professional version of it.
That's pretty much it. That's kind of the whole idea of what created the WAN show to start with. It was just what happened with Linus and I hung out.
I really did like the original ones in the garage.
WAN show. I mean, Linda.com.
Linda!
iFixit.
Fix all the things.
CoolerMaster.
Cool, all of the games. And the CPUs. And the GPUs.